Hey everybody, Mike with Enviroscape LA, and so we're actually over the hump now. We've actually got the planting done. And what we're doing here is we're doing a drought tolerant, California friendly, some people call it native garden, whatever you want to call it. This is a landscape where grass got torn out and we're replacing everything here with beautiful plants that don't need a lot of water. Now there's a method and there's a strategy to all this because let me just go ahead and illustrate to you. For example, notice how there's like a little pyramid built around each of the plants here. Now there's a reason for this, why there's a little pyramid. Look at over here, check these out. There's all little pyramids. We'd almost call this like a pyramid garden. And so what happened is we have the native soil, the indigenous soil that was here, but we brought it really low because what we're going to do for pathways are going to have DG, decomposed granite here. So what we decided was we're going to bring the soil level down to about 4 inches, and then what we have is we planted the plants basically on top of the soil here. And so we've got it planted on top of the soil. We mounded up ready to use good nursery soil that the nurseries plant their plants in. So we put that around here. Next, what's going to happen is we're going to do drip irrigation. It's the Rainbird Copper Shell technology. We're going to wrap that around all these plants, just where the plants are, because there's no need to water the dirt, the pathways. And so we're just going to put it around where the plants are. And it's drip irrigation, so it's the world's most effective drip irrigation. You really don't get any waste. And then over here, if you want to follow me, we've got this pretty sea of pebbles here. We're ready to actually lay the drip irrigation here. We've got it planted. This is a manzanita right here. It takes very, very little water. And then we ran the drip irrigation, and we're not putting mulch here. What we decided to do was do something fun, different, innovative. The designer, Mimi Anderson, actually decided, we're going to put this color of gravel here. You can see over here, we've actually got the Rainbird drip irrigation in. So the valves, and so what these are, they're lifted really high. Sometimes I'll walk up on a job and I'll actually see these where this thing is touching the ground. Well, this thing actually has to unscrew so that you can pull the filter out. So we leave them high enough so that you can actually pull the filter out, clean it, and then put it back again. Just simple, common sense stuff that you don't need to be told, but for some reason it doesn't happen. Also, the plants that are used here, take a look at this. Take a look at the bark. Isn't that the most gorgeous bark you've ever seen? It's kind of a reddish bark. Wonderful. And these plants right here will actually get flowers. These are succulents and will actually get these beautiful tall flowers on them. Now, one of the special elements about this, and I really want to encourage you, if you're watching this video and you haven't done your landscape or you're interested in doing your landscape, I want you to take a look at what we did. When water hits the roof, where does it go? It goes in this gutter, and it goes right here, and it goes into this pipe. Where does this pipe go? Well, typically, in the old days, when we landscaped 30 years ago, we'd have it go out to the street. And where would it go from the street? It would go out to the ocean. So all that water that was meant to recharge the groundwater here in LA, it actually went out to the ocean. And so it took with it all the jet plane fuel, it took the bird stuff with it, it took all the pollution with it, all out to the ocean. So we're basically killing the ocean. What a better use of that would be is if we were to dig an indentation like this, and let's say we put some milk crates or something like milk crates so it can have volumes of water, we put it underneath here, and then that way, that's exactly what we did here. It's called groundwater recharge. So now what we're doing is all that bad water is actually going inside the ground here, and this can easily hold about 500 gallons with the space we have underneath here, plus this indentation here. It'll be about 500 gallons of water. It isn't finished yet, but we only have one opportunity to do this video during the middle of the landscape construction. So I just wanted to share this with you. Some of the things that you need to do: drip irrigation, the right plant materials. With the DG, it's going to look amazing once it gets done. And the groundwater recharge. Fabulous thing. I think if everybody in LA did that, we would have millions of gallons a day of water that we could reuse, because we're pulling groundwater out, we're not recharging it. You need to start doing that. Mike from Enviroscape LA signing off. When you think sustainability, think Enviroscape LA.